just wanted to take a minute to leave myself a little note for the future. It's the end of January. I'm in Washington State, and this 2022 adventure is really kicking off today. I bought a car, and the adventure is really beginning. I've already been in America for about a week, in Chicago, checking out some museums and scanning books in one of the museum libraries. But today is the first day that I'm actually going to start the interview process. So I've got all my camera gear in the trunk, and I'm on my way to go see Robert Long, who is a legendary old-timer, 92 years old, co-author of the Long and Steel faceting books, diagram books, and instructional books. And I'm super pleased that I'm going to get to go and spend a couple hours with him in his house, check out his studio, and get to interview him on camera. So I'm going to take off now so I'm not late, but just wanted to leave a little note here just to remember that today was the day that this year-long super adventure really kicks off. So let's do it.
First one, the Brothers exact designs.
I see.
Or before Vargas was plus or minus 5 degrees, you know?
Yeah. Ooh, I just washed the car. Got it all cleaned out. It's pretty nice. It's day 2 of this adventure. I'm on my way to see my second interviewee, my second gem cutter, and I just had to stop and get out. I'm in the middle of Washington. I just got out of the mountains, and it's just so beautifully abandoned out here, or I guess not abandoned, but untouched. And I'm off to see another gem cutter and get another story. We're at a duck crossing. Just finished my second interview, and I'm now on the way to Portland to pick up a machine, grab an Airbnb, and then head to the Rice Museum in the morning to see a very vintage faceting machine. It's Wednesday morning. It's a very foggy morning in Portland, Oregon. I'm in my car sitting outside of the Rice Museum, which is the Gem and Mineral Museum here in Portland. I've never been here before, so I'm really excited to see what's inside. I know that there is one old faceting machine from the 70s or 80s that I've always wanted to see that used to belong to Fred Van Zandt. And the museum curator told me that they have a bunch of correspondence and paperwork and documents that belong to Fred that I'm gonna kind of get to go behind the scenes and see. So super excited about that. Yesterday was a really intense day, 17 hours basically from start to finish. I drove from Bremerton, Washington to Kennewick, Washington to see Michael Zinski and see his amazing workshop and hear some of the stories that he had to tell from the 70s and the 80s. The whole time I've been really, really paranoid because you can see my car is full of boxes now. When I visited Bob Long the other day, he told me he really wanted me to take his personal library and add it to the museum. So I now have all of his files, his designs, his correspondences, his notes for the last 50 years in here, and I'm just super paranoid that someone's going to think that there's valuable stuff in the car and break in. So I think one of my goals today is to media mail ship this to my mom's house just to get it out of here because it's kind of freaking me out, and I don't want anything to happen to it. This to me is just like the most wonderful treasure that anyone could give me. You know, this is the hard documentation of the history that I'm looking for, and I really can't believe that he just gave that to me. That was my first stop, my first visit, and already the car is full. So it's already starting as a good trip, and I think today is just going to be another awesome day here in Portland. I'm currently at a rest stop in Southern Oregon in the midst of an 11-hour drive from Portland to San Francisco, and it's pretty chilly out there. That beautiful machine that is taking me all over this beautiful countryside. Wow. The number one rule of road trips, you should always stop at every vista point and every lookout because it's worth it. So I made it all the way to San Francisco now, and you can see this green door right behind me is the San Francisco Gem and Mineral Society. So this is where I got my start as a gem cutter. This is where I first learned the first little bits about everything that I know today, and really this is where I was able to get started. So I wanted to come by. I know they've renovated it since I was a member, so I wanted to come by and just check it out and see what's going on today in the gym club. So let's check it out.